Hey guys, this is Tasha. Today I'm going to be showing you how to print and cut my planner inserts for the A5 size and also the half letter size. First we're going to do the A5 size, and if you purchased A5 then you got 4 files. 2 of those are instructions and 2 of those are separate planner files. That's because I have it set up where one of them is the A5 sheet on one page, and you would either print that on letter size paper or on A5 size paper, and then the other file is 2 per sheet to be printed on A4. A5 is exactly half of an A4 size paper, so if that's your preference and you want to print that there and then cut them in half to get that true A5 size, then that's available to you as well. I've gone ahead and opened up the A5 file that is one insert per letter size page. I'm going to be printing this on letter size paper and then trimming it down to A5 size. So what I'm doing is making sure that I have the correct paper size selected, that I have it on actual size or scaled 100%, and then I'm going to select two-sided duplex printing, and then you want it to be long edge binding, and then once you make sure that all of your settings are correct, then if you have a duplex printer, that's as easy as it is. If you don't have a duplex printer, then in the instructions you'll find directions for how to print only the even pages and the odd pages and still print front and back. Once you have your inserts printed, you'll notice that there are crop marks for where you need to cut your pages. And I'm just going to use a simple paper cutter here. You don't need one of those big choppy ones or anything, just a little Fiskars paper cutter works just fine. I'm going to line the wire that goes down right along the top of that first crop mark along the top and cut the top completely off. But then when I move along, I'm going to only cut part of the way down, just to where I clear the bottom of the page. You don't want to cut this completely off, because if you do, then you won't have your crop marks for the other side. So I'm going to stop right there, just short of the end of the page. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And then I will finally turn this around and do the last side of the paper and cut off that entire end. Now, I printed these duplex, which means my printer printed both sides for me. I have actually realized that for some reason, I don't know if this is everybody's printer or just mine, but for some reason my printer actually scaled it down a little bit, and so it wasn't a true A5 size. So I'm going to show you an option if you do not have A5 size paper but you want to make your own and then print onto that paper. This is one way to do that. So I just have a piece of cardstock that is A5 size. I'm just going to use it as a guide to cut down this letter size paper to actual A5 size. For my specific inserts, you will need 36 pages because it's 71 pages, and that'll be front and back. So make sure that you cut 36 pages down to A5 size. And then once you have all of that completed, then we can move on to printing them. So I already have the A5 file open, so we're just going to go to print and make sure that all our settings are correct. Make sure it's on actual size, 100%, don't scale it down. You want to go in and choose A5 size paper instead of letter size. And then you'll see that the little preview there changed. We're going to have to print one side at a time because your printer probably, mine doesn't, print duplex for A5 size paper. So we're going to start with the odd pages first, and then turn the page. After all of those have printed, then we'll turn the paper around and do the even sides after that. So here I am putting my A5 paper into the printer, adjusting the little tray, and yeah, you should have done that before you hit print, but it'll spit out the odd sides first. I'm only doing one for an example here, but it'll print all of your odd sides first, and then you're going to want to figure out how the paper came out and flip it around so that the top will still be on the top but the back side. So flip it around, and you're going to flip the whole stack of papers around, not the individual pages. It's not that much work, really. You just take the whole stack of papers, flip it around, and put it back in and print the even pages in the same way that we printed the odd pages. Okay, so let's get started with the instructions for printing half letter inserts. There are instructions that come with the file. When you open up your half letter inserts, you'll see that it looks like it's 2 per page, and it's going to look all out of order. Don't worry, that's the way it's supposed to be. So because it's in booklet style, and this allows you to take your inserts and fold them in half and make notebooks out of them, or to take them and cut them in half and use them as inserts that way. So let's go ahead and hit print. You want to make sure that you have letter size paper, that you have duplex printing turned on or two-sided, that it is set to short edge binding, because we want it to flip on the short edge of the paper, and that it's not scaled down or is set to actual size. And once you have all your settings, go ahead and click print. As a quick little side note here, this is exactly how you would print the A5 inserts onto A4 size paper. So it's the same process because it's 2 inserts per page. So that just make sure that you have A4 size paper selected when you go to print them. And you'll probably have to also do odd pages and then even pages, unless your printer will duplex print A4 size paper. But anyway, so now that we have our half letter size papers all printed out, I have a full stack of paper just like this. It is all in order for you to you could fold it in half and use it as a traveler's notebook just like that, and all the pages would be in the perfect order. I'm going to be showing you how to cut these in half so that you can punch holes for the ring binder of your choice, or disc bound system, or whatever it is that you prefer to use. So to keep these in order, what you need to do is take your stack of papers and place them center side up in front of you, where the inside pages, not the outside of them, like the front cover, you want that facing down. So you want the inside pages facing up, and then you're going to take the top sheet and flip it over and cut that sheet in half, and then just move the 2 halves off to either side of your trimmer. And that's going to keep your pages in the perfect order. It seems kind of complicated, but really it's just you take the top sheet of paper, you flip it over, cut in half, move them to the side. And that's what you'll see me doing here over and over again. And you don't really need to worry about getting them out of order, because if you mess something up, it's not a big deal. There are page numbers on these pages, so I mean, it's always going to be an easy fix. And now that you have all of your pages cut, you're just going to take the stack from each stack and put them together, and your pages are all in the correct order, just like that. So I do not have a 6-hole punch for mine, so I was just going to share this quick little tip with you. I have a piece of cardstock here with the correct the holes where the measurement's correct, and so I'm just going to use this as a template and a single hole punch, and take several of my inserts at a time and punch the holes in them. So you don't really even need anything fancy for that, just a single hole punch will do. And that will work for the half letter size or the A5 size, doesn't really matter. So I'm going to show you quickly just the difference of the sizes inside of my my planner here. This is a Carpe Diem A5 ring bound. I usually use half letter size pages in this just because it's easiest, and so that's what I'm going to be using. It fits nicely with my other inserts, but if I put in the A5 size, let me show you this size difference. The top is going to be a little bit shorter, and then the sides are going to be a little bit longer, and so that may not bother you, but it definitely would bother me. If you're interested in purchasing these inserts, they are available on my website right now, TashaWigginton.com, but hurry because it is for July through December of 2018. So if you do end up using my inserts, I would love for you to use the hashtag journaling with Tasha so that I can see your creations. I hope the video was helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and go ahead and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. See you next time.